Hey, what's up everybody? I'm Charles Maring. Welcome to the Art Studio. Today we're going to dive into a Panasonic Lumix S1 topic. I want to talk about manually focusing with the S1 and some of the new features that they've introduced on the S series of cameras to make our lives a whole lot easier. So stay tuned. So focus by wire, whether you're DSLR or mirrorless based or whatever you're doing, has always been a challenge for video artists out there, but the Lumix S1 is helping to solve some of that with some new features that are available. Certainly there's focus peaking built in, and I use that all the time, but above and beyond that, there is now both linear and non-linear controls for focus pulls in manual focus. We're going to dive into the menu together and take a look at that particular scenario. So let's get into it. In the menu here, you're going to see that there's a couple of different options, and it is on the cog menu far left all the way to the bottom, lens/others, and you'll see focus ring control is now a new available feature. If we click on that, you'll see there are options for nonlinear and linear. There's a set button. Nonlinear is kind of what we've been used to a lot of times in the past, and let's read what it says. Focus responds according to the rotation speed of the focus ring. So what that really means to us as artists out there is it means that if we turn this fast, we're not going to have to turn the lens very far to get from focus from here to here. If we turn it slow, we're going to have to turn it pretty far, big rotation, to get from here to here. It's speed related. Let's actually do it together and you'll see exactly what I mean. So we'll dive in here one more time. We'll leave it on non-linear. And now I'm just going to hit the record button so we don't see the focus assist box pop up there. And I'm going to do a really slow focus pull. In fact, let me get myself in here so you can kind of see how far I'm having to turn the lens to pull this off. There you go. And so as you can see here, I'm going to turn and try to focus to the back one, and I'm going to do it really slow. And I'm set up so that I can have my hand in a position that hopefully I can get there. I can't even get there. You see, because I did it with a very slow pull. It's speed related. Now let's do the opposite. If I do this with speed, you'll see that it quickly gets to the back lens and I don't have to rotate very much at all. But the problem is it makes nailing critical focus in that scenario very difficult to do because it's speed related. So that said, and it's also hard to train your mind and your hand to work that way when it comes to speed. So challenging. But the new feature on the Lumix S series of cameras makes that quite a bit easier. Let me get me back in here, diving in. Let's go ahead and switch this over. We'll dive into the menu. Let me stop the record button. We'll get in here and I'm going to turn this to linear instead. And linear focus responds to the rotation angle of the lens, not the speed of the lens. And we can set that as well. Now, I have it set to 90, which is really my preferred because I'm usually working handheld, no focus pull option on the side adjacent to my lens or anything like that. No follow focus, that is. And so since I'm doing a lot of handheld work, I usually prefer to work at 90 degrees because at 90 degrees, let me just get us focused here on the front one and hit record. I don't have to turn the lens a lot to control my focus pulls, and I can control them really, really well as well. You know, kind of combining that focus peaking. And it doesn't matter whether I go fast or slow, it's easy to train your hand and your mind to pull that focus accurately each and every time. Now, if I do have a follow focus system or somebody else pulling focus, and I want to do a really long focus pull, really slow, maybe I do want to go in here and instead set it to 180 degree turn to get from here to there, or 360 degree turn, or 300 degree turn, and all these different options available to us. Let's go at 300 degrees and you'll see what I mean. Let me hit record. Now I'm going to have to turn this a lot instead of just a few centimeters, probably inches, to get it to focus to the back lens. See, still turning, still turning, still turning. Finally, I get there. So it's dramatically more of a turn of the lens. So you can't, there are times when you just can't get your hand around all the way enough. And so that's how we solve this issue of focus by wire with the new S series of cameras. Once you can set the angle of lens rather than it being related to speed and only related to how far you have to turn the lens, it makes training your hand and your mind to pull those focus pulls much more easily and gracefully. So that's a wrap on today. I had mentioned this a few times in our vlog or other chapters here that I was going to get to this. Today we got to it, and just wanted to share that bit of information for anybody who's wondering about pulling focus manually with their S1 series of cameras and how to make it work for you. So that's a wrap for today, everybody. I appreciate you. Have a great one. Take care.